David Stockman is joining us. Of course, he was Ronald Reagan's budget director. He had expressed frustration with both of the premier candidates on issues that were near and dear to him, like the debt. But to give credit to David Stockman, he had sensed this rage and the fact that Trump was the kind of guy to shake things up, even though he's critical, again, of both candidates. But whatever he's building here, David, is something that few saw coming. And the coalition that he's built, or maybe the coalition that is unraveling for Hillary Clinton. What do you think?
Well, I have a news flash for you. You're too timid to call it, but Trump won, and here's why. He's maintained the Romney Reds. That's 206 votes. He won the two big enchiladas, Florida and Ohio. That's 253. I'm sure he'll win the 2nd District of Maine. That's 254. He won Wisconsin, 264. He won Iowa. That's +6. That gets me to 270. And therefore, we have a thunderbolt. We have a Brexit on steroids.
Well, wait. How did you get to the 270? Explain that again, because...
All right, let's go through it.
I beg you not to repeat each state again.
No.
David, if you do this a little slowly...
We're working a lot of hours here.
All right, 206 is the Romney Reds from last time. He's won all of them, including...
You're right.
All right, another 47 is the big enchiladas, Florida and Ohio, 253. The 2nd District of Maine, I'm pretty sure he'll win, 254. 10 votes for Wisconsin, 264. 6 votes called for Iowa. My math, I think, adds to 270. That's the thunderbolt. That is the Brexit on steroids.
Okay, fine. Lou was writing it all down, and I'm looking at it.
Let me put it this way. David Stockman just took us to school on the...
I think you're right. He took us to the woodshed. All right, let's assume you're right on that. Who am I to second guess one of the greatest numbers crunchers ever? But if we're to buy what Trish Regan was getting in earlier about this unusual way he went about it, by more going after a lot of the Democratic base here, that's pretty remarkable. Explain what you think happened.
Well, I mean, the good news is the night is almost over. The bad news is the national nightmare starts tomorrow morning. The United States will become ungovernable for the next year. There will be chaos.
What do you mean ungovernable?
Because we're going to have a debt ceiling expiration in March. There's no way they'll extend it without a government shutdown time after time. Trump has no programs. The he keyed in on the fact that the people are fed up with the establishment.
Excuse me, as you're speaking, David, Georgia has gone, as we expected it would, for Donald Trump, and that putting him tantalizing close. But as you say, with your numbers, and I'll trust yours, even though I didn't understand how you got there, but I will trust your numbers, that he's just on the verge of becoming the next president.
269.
And, yeah. All right, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that Washington will shut down. We'll have a government that doesn't function, can't raise the debt ceiling, can't cut taxes, can't do anything. The Fed is now going to be in, the spotlight. Trump said that we have a huge bubble. It's fat and ugly and it's going to crash. He's right. There will be
who's better suited to deal with that? Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton?
Neither of them. I mean, neither of them has a program. I mean, Trump does not have a program. Canceling NAFTA is going to accomplish nothing. Cutting $4 trillion in taxes without any spending cuts. He said he wouldn't touch Social Security. He wouldn't touch Medicare. He's going to raise defense. I don't know what he's thinking. We are going to have fiscal chaos. The market will be down several thousand points within the next couple of days. It will precipitate a recession. When we get a recession, we're going to be back into the $1 trillion deficit
My God,
range.
Is anything good? What do you think of the weather? It's been nice weather lately.
But the point is, you have to face this. We have been living in a fantasy land, and we're just going to begin to start reckoning with it tomorrow.
David, I take your point. I even understand the trajectory that you're trying to construct here. But in each instance, you failed to recall that it was Donald Trump who started talking about $20 trillion in national debt. We're going to have to see what the future holds with Congress, both the House and the Senate, in terms of leadership. We also have the prospect of having a president-elect here who is a very successful leader. He's demonstrated that he reflects a good number of Americans. We're going to find out whether it's more than 50%, but nonetheless, it's a good number. And I just think that you're creating I could see that reaction if you had maintained the status quo. That would be an entirely appropriate response in the markets, and I think the entirely wrong reaction to new leadership in Washington, D.C., which should get everyone, brighter prospects and some hope.
David, we are showing Hillary Clinton headquarters where they're not happy. There are some faces longer than John Kerry's right now.
I just want to ask David, could the supply side aspects, though, the lower taxes, jettisoning all these regulations, could that offset? Because I'm with you with respect to the debt and all the promises that were made, so could that be offset?
I doubt it, because all the regulations he's going to cancel will go into court. It'll all be challenged. He won't be able to cut taxes. We got $20 trillion of debt now. When I was with Reagan cutting taxes in 1981, we had $1 trillion of debt. It's a totally different world. Trump has basically not said one program he'll cut. He said nothing about entitlements. There's no way that he's going to stop the debt from going from 20 trillion to 30 trillion within a very few years. We are in crisis, big-time crisis.
David, we've been in crisis for decades, in point of fact, in terms of fiscal policy, an utter disaster. And you are sitting here suggesting that the man who looks like he's going to become the president-elect at this particular moment is not the one who sounded the clarion call on precisely a disastrous crisis fiscal condition for the United States. I mean, he is the one who did bring it to national attention.
But the only thing he did was mention the $20 trillion number.
Would you like him to be hidebound with specific policy prescriptions, given the fact that it would have been a very unwise course to take?
No, I think his judgment is so bad to say I have to raise defense spending. His judgment is so bad that he can't even say, we'll do something about the wealthy retirees. He has no mandate. I've been in Washington a long time. If you don't have a mandate, you will get nothing done.
Can I say something to you, David?
Yeah.
One of the problems are the people who get elected to office and start screaming mandate when they have 48% or 50.1% of the vote. That's not a mandate, it's a damn election. And this mandate stuff is for authoritarian statist regimes. It has nothing to do with democracies.
Okay, but the Wall Street, Washington ruling elites will not...
The hell with the elites. Didn't you see the results of the election to this point? Hell with the elites.
No, but I just called it. But I want to tell you, they will not let him rule. They will
We don't know that. Let's not jump the gun. We don't know that. We don't know that. I do want to just let you know, by the way, believe me, I do want to get into this and a lot of dissertation potential there.